Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Zinespotting here at the Spooky Pizza Gift Shop. I have another issue of my zine, The Codex, ready. Life with Linux, and I just realized I have a typo in the cover. I'll have to fix that. This is issue number 5. It is typeset completely in LaTeX, including the cover. And there's a lot of stuff in here, as always. There's some autobiographical stuff about me that's finally done. Some stuff about dependency heck in Linux. There's stuff about Git. There's stuff about LaTeX, and then there's just some miscellaneous stuff. And so I thought I would just show you basically how writing and editing this goes, because the pile of manuscripts I have looks like this. Okay, and just for giggles, this is my shipping scale. The buttons are all broken, but it works. So this is set on grams. So this here is, you can't see it, this says 1,073 grams of paper, or 37.8 ounces of paper, or 2.364 pounds of paper. And of course, not all of that is paper, because I do have some little binder clips here. But anyway, so a lot of this started with the last of the autobiographical section called The Salad Days. And it started with, I still had some manuscripts left over from issue 4. And I labeled that packet A. And then, of course, I went and I wrote something else, and that became packet B. And I wasn't labeling them packet A, packet C, packet D as I went. Here's C. Here's D. I was just kind of writing things down miscellaneously. And then at some point I realized, man, I am getting so confused and lost with where things are. So I actually sat down and I made numerous attempts to sort this mess. So sections, pages, what the topic was. And I did this a few different times. I had outlines going, trying to figure out pages, figuring out what a draft should include, all sorts of stuff. So this was a hard writing process. So I'm not very well organized. So I want to talk about this just a little bit. So here is packet A through, this is D right here. And then it switches over to I, because I was trying to put these in some kind of order. But here is E and F and G and H. And there's a lot of stuff here that did not get used. That goes to 7 pages. This one says it goes to 22, but it starts at 14. I kind of had to break things up a little bit. And it was very, very confusing. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here that didn't really get used, because I was just kind of flip-flopping. I find writing about myself and my own experiences to be kind of a difficult process. So I had to write a ton of stuff just to get that out, and then I didn't use like 70 to 80% of it. So, but there's a lot of it, and I went in and I did scan all of this, because I'm like, well, just in case I ever want to go back and pull something up that I didn't use. So these are all, I put a little sticky note on there that tells me that, yeah, I scanned it. That way I don't have to wonder, because I will end up with piles of paper and I won't know. The Git workflow that I have in there, that originally started out as 11 pages, and then I went back and wrote 4 more. And then once I kind of had an outline of where that was going, I was good, and I knew that I could just keep doing it on the computer and not have to worry about writing things out. I do find, though, when I'm stuck creatively, sometimes it really helps to just grab a pen and some paper and get going. So yeah, so then we have part K, and presumably there should be a part L, which might be in here. No, this is all part K. So whatever happened to L, I'm not sure. It might be mixed in with some of this. But then there's packet M. And that's this whole bit is this little tiny bit of this issue. So yeah, a lot of this did not get used. So a lot of this, like I said, I scanned it. I don't like having paper sitting around though. So I've been waiting to get this video done so that I can put all of this in the recycling box and reclaim my binder clips. But I know I have it all scanned. I did scan my manuscripts from issue 4 and put them online in case anybody's interested. This is where I was just trying to write up some stuff at the end. And I was actually using those cheap gel pens that I had in an episode of Pencilspotting. So once I get things to a certain point, I can start printing them out. And this was tough. So this is where the project stood as of June 30th. I was at 18 pages, and this should be really it's a 40-page zine. And usually what I do is I find mistakes. I go through and I find mistakes, and I'll circle or I'll do whatever needs to be, and I'll put a little mark in the margin, and then I'll put a mark up here. And I usually when I do that, I will go through afterward, and it looks like I kept forgetting. This really kind of, here we go, edits marked in red, made August 8th, 2024. So after I make a mark like this that says, oh, fix this, and then when I actually fix it, I'll make a little mark. And I was kind of just freaking out about trying to get this done, so I didn't do that. But I make marginal notes about things I need to add, etc. It's a lot of work. I think I'm keeping track of issue number 6 and how much work I've got into it. But I actually think I have probably 80 to 100 hours of writing and editing involved in this, to say nothing of like actually printing them out. So like I said, the salad days part is challenging, and I actually have a copy of something in here. Here we go. So because I was coming from so many different manuscripts handwritten at different times, I had these kind of typed up in order, and they did not make any sense. So what I actually did was I cut them up. I cut them up. I numbered the paragraphs, and then I cut them up and glued them down, so I could see if there were a better order for something. And what I actually did was I took sticky notes, and I said, well, this was pre-2008 college. This was college 2008. This was after college, where I'm talking about Web 2.0 and learning how to manage a web server, etc. So I had sticky notes all over, and I'm reading these that I cut up, and I'm placing them in piles on the sticky notes. And that's how I kind of got this in order, because it's all over the place. Like if you look at this, here's 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 5, that order of paragraphs, and then 13, 15, 22, 16, 35, 37, 30, and then 38, 24, 39, 40, 29, 28, 42, 41, and then 17, 18, 20, 36, 21, 27, 26, 19, 25, 23, 8, and then 2. So something I wrote at the beginning ended up going very close to the end, and then 14, 10, 9, 11, and 12. So, and then stuff out of the middle went at the very end, 31, 34, 43, 33, 32. So I was kind of all over the place, figuring out what this should look like. And this is a technique I used a lot when I was writing in college, because sometimes you're just all over the place. Cut it up and rearrange it. And if you're typing on a typewriter, that's pretty easy to do. But I will tell you, if you're doing this on a computer, be sure to put numbers like this, because if not, it's a heck of a time finding these paragraphs in your file and rearranging them. So you need to remember where things are. So that gave me this, I think. I'm still going all over the place. I did include a Venn diagram about technical writing, and I think that went through a lot of changes. I knew what I wanted it to look like, but I wasn't sure what, because I wanted things to be in, I wanted things in opposite ends to be kind of related, and so I had to rearrange things, and I was happy, and then I thought about it, and then I wasn't happy, and well, one of these I had all marked up in red. I don't know where it went. It's in here somewhere though. So, but just to give you some idea of what it takes to make a zine that is 40 pages long, it's a lot of work. So, and it's a lot of writing and rewriting and deleting. It's a lot of deleting things. And then it's going back in later and realizing I left out like 3 whole pages that I should have written about. And then you go back and you put that in and you find other things that need to come out. So yeah, this whole thing, this over a kilogram, eventually gets boiled down into 40 pages. That's 51 kilograms. So this thing goes from over a kilogram to 1/20th its weight. So it goes on quite a bit of a diet. But anyway, that's my writing and editorial process for this one. Like I said, the next one hopefully will have an orange cover and not have a typo on the front cover. And yeah, I'll try to keep track of all the minutes and hours, because I think so far I've done very, very little. Actually, here we go. Because this also includes research. So far I have 35 minutes of research on the next issue. So, but yep, that's it. If I put these online somewhere, I will include a link down below in the show notes. So, thanks for watching. It's a beast some days. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please feel free to hit the like button. But if you have a question or a comment, please go ahead and leave one of those. I do read everything that I get, and I would love to respond to you. So until next time, have a great day, have a great week, and be careful out there.